everyone, it's great to see you, and we are in the shade garden this afternoon. I am so excited because we have two new additions that we will be digging in. Before I show you what those are though, if you could take a moment to just click subscribe down below, it is a really big help to me and I'd really appreciate it. So let's go take a look at those plants. So this is our first new addition. This is an Aralia Cordata, the Sun King. And I like to think of this as acting sort of like a perennial hibiscus. It gets about 3 feet tall, 3 feet wide, so it's a pretty big presence in the garden. But it dies completely down in the winter, just like a hosta would. And then it comes back kind of late the next season. It waits till it gets pretty warm, like your perennial hibiscus would, and then you get all this great foliage. So this is really a filler plant. It's really grown for the foliage, and it gets kind of bushy like this, and it's this great lime color. So when it's in deep shade, it's going to be this lime. If you give it a little bit more sun, it really turns more of a yellow. So I love this lime color. I think it's just fabulous. It's going to be great back here by the fence. It is going to get a lot of shade, so it will keep this green. And I think that right under this tree is right where it's going to go. So I'm going to dig it in. It's very rocky and very rooty here, so we might have some trouble. Okay, so let's see how this looks. Oh, I forgot my biotone. I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back with the biotone. And now we plant. Okay, I think we are planted. It looks great. The leaves seem to be facing out this way a bit more, which is actually the way I want it to face, because people who are coming in to see this area will walk in and they'll see the front of the leaves, but just such a great, bright, bright color. The second addition to the shade garden are these awesome Heuchera. So I have 3 of these. These are a new kind for me. These are Citronella Heuchera. And Citronella, Citronella scares mosquitoes away. I don't think it has a color, but for some reason, I think of Citronella as this color. It's this awesome lime green again. So I want to clump these together here to have a real impact of this bright lime green color. So I'm actually going to situate them pretty close together and dig them in. Okay, I'm putting in my last of the Citronella Heuchera. Looks great. Okay. Whew. And it is hot out here. So I assume that just like I feel like I need a drink, these guys do too, so that is my next step. I want to give you a quick tour of my shade corner here. So I don't have a huge yard, but I like to think of it in little focal points. And this is my shade garden focal point. We have pretty heavy shade back here, and within this corner, we're really fortunate. When we moved in, they had this water fountain. Now the water fountain is not currently functional, but it's on my to-do list here for the future. But it's just a great solid piece that lends interest both when things are really blooming and leafed out like this, and in the winter too. So I feel really, really fortunate to be able to build the garden around this. And then what I've tried to do, because it's such a dark corner, I've really tried to add in some foliage that will brighten it up, and that's mainly through our lime green leaves. We of course just added our new lime green accents over here, but I also have some hostas that have that same lime green color. This is a stained glass hosta. Over here we have another stained glass hosta. Up front, this is Rainforest Sunrise. This is a small one, but it still has that really bright impact. And then in the back, there are some hostas here that have that lime color that were already planted here, so I was really lucky. And extending along the sides, I have some pretty pistachio heuchera, and I have my lemon coral sedum that sort of bring that color forward too. So I've tried to sort of intersperse that. And then I offset it with some of my more blue colored hostas, like we have blue mouse ears, we have touch of class, and then some that sort of incorporate both, like Dream Queen here, to just really give that variation of foliage. And then of course I love my pinks. So I have some begonias to add that pink color and some of the caladium around here too. So I encourage you, find a little shade corner in your garden and see if there are any of these plants that really speak to you, and see if you can find one in your local nursery and add it in. Thanks so much for joining me, and I'll see you in the next video.